Hello Booktube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome to Book Babble. Today I'm going to be doing a tag. I was tagged in this by the guys over at Coverlet, Adrian and Dalton, and I love their channel so much, but I'm going to be talking about them more in a second. So the tag is called the Booktubers book tag? I don't know. The correct name of the book tag is in the description, but it's like 5 words long and it has the word book in every single word and it's just really confusing, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it again, but that is the name of the tag. And basically how this works is you get some booktubers that you want to recommend and then you describe them and then you pick a book that goes with those describing words. And now this book tag is really hard. Number one, you have to narrow it down to like 5 or 6 booktubers that you love. And number 2, you have to do adjectives, and I'm not, me and adjectives are not friends. As you can tell from my reviews, me and the adjectives don't work well together. So you have to describe them and then you have to pick a book that goes with those describing words, and it was really hard. I was like planning this video for like an hour this morning. So just coming up with booktubers and books to go with those booktubers. But I came up with like 5 or 6, I believe, and the guys over at Coverlet asked if we would include them in their list of booktubers just so they could see what we describe them as, and so I have obliged, but let's just get started. So first, of course, I picked Coverlet, and the way I described them is complicated and a bit over my head because the way they both went to school for English, okay? And I have no English training whatsoever besides AP English language and composition in high school. So the way that they explain books is just so scholarly and it usually goes over my head, but they're really, really smart dudes and I really appreciate that about them and their channel. But the book that I picked for complicated and over my head was The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, okay? And there's a story behind this. In my AP English language class or composition, I don't remember, I needed to, we could pick a book and do a book report on it for extra credit, right? And so she had this list of all these books that we could get for extra credit. So I took my list of books, I took it to the used bookstore in my area because, we're broke, and the only book that they had that was on the list was The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and I have since donated it. So I tried to read it and it was a complete and total disaster. I did not understand it. I did not get it. It was completely over my head. It was really, really complicated, and so I gave up and I just didn't do the extra credit report. So yeah, that is the book. And the funny thing is that I don't know if you guys are familiar with the channel. It's called Wisecrack, and they have an ongoing video series that they do called Thug Notes, and it is hilarious. There's this guy who basically puts books into layman's terms, but it's like I don't like saying it like that, but it's like thug terms, I guess. I don't know, but it's super funny. And one of their more recent videos, they did a Thug Notes video on The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and I watched it and it made a lot more sense to me, of course, because it's in layman's terms that I can understand. But I guess Ayn Rand had said that this book is about objectivism and the ideal man, meaning that her main character followed the ideals of objectivism and she sees him as an ideal man. And once I read or listened to the video, I was like, that still explains Strip Coverlet really, really well. So I'm going to link Strip Coverlet and the Wisecrack video for The Fountainhead down below. If you guys are not subscribed to them, you totally should because it's hilarious. I love their videos. And I'll also, of course, I'm going to link all the other YouTubers or booktubers that I talk about in this video down below as well. Please go check them all out and subscribe because they're all amazing. So the next booktuber that I decided to tag is Between Chapters, and I did a book that is well written and organized because I feel like all of her videos are very well written and organized. And so I picked This Is Where It Ends by Marjorie Minjin. Camp. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm really, really sorry. But this book, This Is Where It Ends, is about a mass shooting, and it takes place over the course of 56 minutes. And during this mass shooting, and it's from the perspective of like 4 different people who are connected to the mass shooter in some way. And in order to make the story make sense and only take up about 56 minutes and like get enough of the shooter's story and everyone else's story into this short story. I mean, it was like 200 pages or something, and it took place only over 56 minutes. It had to have been really well written and organized, and it was. This Is Where It Ends is a great book. I loved it so much, and it is about something that just, I mean, it's about a mass shooting at a school, so it just rips you apart, but in the best way. And even though all of those aspects have nothing to do with Trina from Between Chapters, her videos are so well written and so organized, and she just does an amazing job of making it really easy for you to navigate her videos and stuff like that. So go check out Trina. She's an awesome booktuber. And This Is Where It Ends because it is an amazing book. Next, I picked Misty over at the Book Rat, and the words that I use to describe her and more her reading style are diverse and edgy. And so the book that I picked for that is The Young Elites by Marie Lu. Super diverse book, super edgy. It is about a girl who is basically a villain or a non-superhero. What do they call that? And I don't remember what the term for that is, and it's so good, and there's so many diverse characters in this which you don't really see in fantasy novels. So love it, love the Book Rat. If you love hauls, guys, she hauls all of the books, and she has an amazing blog too as well. Definitely go check her. The next booktuber is Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles, and for this is a book that makes you happy from beginning to end. Her channel name says it all. She just smiles all the time, and you cannot help but smile when you watch her videos and laugh, and she's just the cutest human being I have ever seen. And the books that I picked for that are the Selection series by Kira Cass. You feel all of the feels and you smile throughout this whole series, even the second to last one, The Air, that came out, and then I'm so excited for The Crown that's coming out in a couple of months. I just can't wait. But this book series makes me smile, and it gives me all of the feels, and I love it. And just like Anaya, they are amazing. Next, I picked The Irish Reader, and for this I said a book that is fast-paced and exciting. I have never ever seen anyone talk faster than him, and I feel really bad because I'm totally forgetting his real name, but his channel name is The Irish Reader, and he talks so fast. And I watch a lot of booktubers, and in order for me to watch everyone's videos, I need to listen to it on 2 times speed, but I can't even listen to it on 1.5 times speed with him because he just talks so quickly. But because of that, he makes his videos really exciting, and he just has so much passion in his videos, and I just love that. And I picked the Defy series by Sarah B. Larson, and this series is a fantasy set in a jungle kingdom, which I loved, and our main character is in the King's Guard, and she protects the king, and so it is very Throne of Glass-like, you know, female warrior. I love it. It's fast-paced and exciting, and you just cannot put it down. Every second there is something going on, and it is just the most exciting series I probably have ever read. Then I did Kelly from Kelly's Book Spill, and for this I said Southern Charm that puts you on the edge of your seat. Kelly is just the cutest. She has the cutest Southern accent, and I am so jealous. I am from the South. I was born in South Carolina, and I was raised in Northern Florida, which is very Southern. A lot of people, they think of Florida, and they think of like beaches and Miami, and no, Northern Florida is like super Southern, you guys. But I was not graced with a beautiful Southern accent. It just didn't happen. But Kelly, her accent is just adorable. And for her, I picked Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker, and this is a thriller book set in the South and the swamps of Louisiana, I believe, and it just, the way that things were described in this book gave me all of the Southern feels. There were grits and, you know, all just shrimp and fried fish, and like just, oh, the way that she described small towns, and it was just beautiful. But the town is set on the edge of a swamp, and the swamp, like if someone goes into the swamp then they don't come back, and if they do come back they're like different. They're not the person that they were. They are literally a different person, just in the same person's body. But this one girl, her brother goes into the swamp and never comes out, and she's the only person that remembers that he is still alive and missing. Everyone else forgets about him, and this book really messes with your mind. There is a twist at the end where you have to like go back into the book and be like, wait, what happened? And it's like but it's so good, kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time and gives me all of the Southern feels. And last but not least, I have Sylvia at Wish Fulfillment, and for her, I decided to go with a graphic novel that I knew was love at first sight, because I loved her channel from the moment that I started watching it. I love all of her videos. They're so good, and she is a mental health professional, and so I think she has really good insight when it comes to that aspect of books. But for the graphic novel series, or the comic book series, I picked Insects by Marguerite Bennett and Ariel Christiana, and this is so good. It is about these insect ladies who are lesbians, and it just sounds really weird. It's set in the like Victorian era England, and it sounds weird and crazy, but it is so good. This is my guilty pleasure, you guys. I just love this series so much. There is sex, it's very adult content. I just highly enjoy this series. They're only on like the 5th one, yeah, because this is number 4, so the 5th one is coming out, so you should be able to get back orders of these if you guys want to read them, or they're gonna have like a graphic novel bind-up coming out soon. Hopefully, cross your fingers, but I highly recommend this series if you want to get some really good diverse LGBTQ graphic novel, because this is just amazing and it's so good. And I would show you the art style, but I'm telling you, this is so adult and so graphic. I probably can't even find one safe page to show you, but I love it. Alright guys, so that is my Booktubers Booktube book tag. I hate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are listed in here, if I tagged you, you were tagged, please do this video. It was so fun to do. Or if you guys just feel like doing this video, let's get the tag out there and just do all of the Booktubers, because this tag was like amazing. And please go check out the stripped coverlet guys, because they're just awesome and I love their channel and they need all of the subscribers. So that's basically for my video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!